Hello and welcome to DVxUI. Today on this channel, we are going to learn to create this hero section. Well, what is so special about this hero section? If I take my cursor and hover it over one of the pictures, it will flip. And if I do with all of them, they are also going to react with my cursor. So let's see in this video that how can you create this using Framer. Alright, so let's start. Perfect. So here I am on the dashboard of the Framer. I'm going to start by creating a new project by clicking this button. Perfect. So now it is creating a fresh new project for me. Now here I have this untitled project. Now what I can do is I can rename it by clicking over it. And here I'm going to write photography website like that. Perfect. So here is our frame, the main frame, and here we have few options in the left panel. Basically this insert is to insert the pre-made elements, and so does all the other options. They are quite explanatory. If you want to learn more, you can watch my first video on the Framer. I have explained everything in very detail. Now in this one, what we need to do over here is, we need to select this one. Now when we do that, we will switch to this toggle, pages, layers and asset. We need to switch to layers. Now here we will find this desktop right here. Now let's zoom in first. Perfectly right in the middle. Now what I want to do very firstly is to design what I need is we need to lay down the foundation of our website. So the foundation is going to be a bunch of settings and a bunch of frames. What we want is this website needs to be responsive as well, at least in the desktop. So let's see how can we do that. First of all, what I'm going to do over here is I'm going to change the color of this background, which can be done from here. So in the fill, I'm going to write 000 and basically 6 times zeros. It will make it absolutely black, like that. After that, what I'm going to do over here is, I'm going to take a frame, drop it over here, something like this. Now what I want is this frame to take all the width that is available. But it is not going to happen on its own, because this parent frame, this desktop one, you can see this is parent. This desktop frame is just a frame. We need to convert it into a stack, and that can be done using this layout. Now the benefit of converting into a stack is we can select this main, this one, the frame. Let me rename it to main. Now we can select this, go over here in the width and make it fill. Now it will occupy all the width available to it. This is what we wanted. Now in the height, we are going to write 1000, just a random value. And we are also going to change the color to, let's say, a lighter shade of black. Let's take 121212, like that only. Perfect. So our foundation is ready. Now we can start putting the sections over this foundation. So we are going to have two sections. One is going to be the header and the second one is going to be the hero section. So we need two frames. I'm going to drop something like this, then make a copy of it and like this. Perfect. Now we have the same problem. I want these frames to occupy all the width. So this can be solved by making this main a stack. Go to layout. Now it's a stack, and because of that, direction is set to vertical, but this distribute is at the center. That is why these frames are at the center. We need to make it start like that. Perfect. So this first one, which is this over here, is going to be my header. So rename it like that. And the second one is going to be my hero. Perfect. Now I can select my header first. Now the height for this one is going to be, let's say 60 or fixed, but the width is going to be fill again, like that. And this hero section is also going to have the fill width, and the height is going to be 820, which is going to be fixed. Alright, now we need to change the colors, but before that you can see there is a gap, and in the general website we have seen that there are generally no gaps in the header and the hero section. So we need to remove that. How can we do it? We can just go to this main. Now you will find this gap, which is 10. We need to make it 0. In this way the gap will be gone. And now we cannot spot the difference. Well, it is because of a reason, because the colors are same. Now I'm going to select this hero first, this one. And now I will go to styles and make it black, absolutely black, like this. And this header is going to have, let me go over here in the style again, is going to have a white color. You can also write white over here and it will take the white color. But the opacity for this one is going to be only 5%, like that. Perfect. Now it is quite not visible, it is blending with the background, but bear with me, I'm going to fix it. Now what I need is, I need this header to be fixed. But if we go in the position, you will find this is relative. It means it is going to move up and it will be hidden once we are going to scroll it. We need to make it fixed, but right now it is not available. So we can fix this problem and we have an easy solution for it. What we can do is, we can select this header and place it outside this main. Now since it is outside, we can have the fixed over here, like this. Perfect. Perfect. Now if we see this main, it is present over here, the header over here. If I select this desktop, you will find there is a gap. We need to make this gap 0 as well. So this was for the desktop. Perfect. So a frame, or basically a layout for our header and the hero section is ready. Now we can start putting the elements on it. So first of all, I'm going to design this nav bar or the header. So let's zoom in over here. Perfect. So first of all, I need the name over here for the website. So take a text, hit T on your keyboard, drop it over here and write memory, select it. I also need to put a dot over here. Now select it. Go over here in the text. Now the font family is going to be outfit. So make that. Now the color is going to be white. So I'm just going to write white over here. And this is going to be medium with font size of 20. Like that. Perfect. And I also want it to align in the middle. Like this. Alright. So a very simple site name is created. Now we need to work on the nav links. So take a text, drop it over here, zoom in, write home, select it, and let's see this. The font family needs to be changed again. So outfit, regular is fine, and the color needs to be white again, like this, and the size is going to be 14. Perfect. Make a copy of it, and here I'm going to write gallery, and since this option is our special option, basically the special navigation in this website, so I'm going to denote that with a little nudge, and that is going to be an emoji of this bolt. You can also search it with high voltage. Alright, like that, cross it. Now make another copy, right here, community. Perfect. Then again another one, basically the last one, and this is going to be contact. Perfect. Now if we see, the nav links are created. but these are not quite aligned. So let me tell you how can we fix their alignment. I'm going to select all of them like this, and now right click and then use this option which is add stack like this. And now this width is too much for the stack, and you can also see it from here, 100% of the width. We don't want that. We want it fit content. In this way, it can be centered and it will fit the content width. Perfect. And the gap between them needs to be 55 like this, and align them at the middle. Perfect. But since the home is the main page that we are going to design, and these are not primary navigations, so we need to select them and go to this color and make their opacity 60%. In this way, they will not be very prominent and it will give the priority to this home, telling the user that he is currently on the home page. Perfect. So the nav links are also done. Now we can go over here, zoom in again, take a text, drop it, write login, because now we are creating a button. Select it, go to styles, change this to outfit like this, and here in the size, I guess 14 is going to be fine, and the color needs to be black with 100% of the opacity. Perfect. Now if we are going to keep this black color, it will not look like a button. So just right click and add a stack. And then the width is 100%, make it fit content, then align it towards the right. In this way it will be presented over here, but still not visible though. Now we can go over here in the styles. While we have selected this tag, we can also rename it. So rename it to navbar button and this one to nav links. Perfect. Alright, now select this navbar button, go in the fill. Perfect, white color. Yeah, alright, cross it. So we have a button over here, but this does not look like a button very much. So we can select this navbar, which is this tag. And now if we go to this padding, we can enable this option. In this way now we can provide padding on each sides. So on the top it is going to be 6, at the right it is going to be 12, then 6 and then 12 once again. Perfect. Now again in the styles I'm going to provide a radius of 5 like this, and also we can select it, put it over here. Perfect. So all the contents are ready of our website, basically the header. Now what we can do is we can select all of them like this. Perfect. Now I'm going to put them in another stack like this. Perfect. But now what I want is I want this distribute to be space between like this. But there's a problem. Now you can see these are sticking at the right and at the left. We don't want that. We want some padding. So let's see how can we provide that. If I select my header, which is this one, this header, this is still a frame. You can see this icon. Now we need to make it stack. And why? Let me show you. You can see we don't have any options to provide padding. It means we need to convert it into a layout, basically converting it into a stack. And stack is similar to auto layout that we have in the Figma. Now we will enable this padding, and in the right I'm going to write 80 and in the left I'm going to write 80 as well. Like that it will be perfectly aligned. Now we can select this one, which is this tag. Let me rename it something. So content is going to be fine. Perfect. So this content contains all the contents. Now we can go over here in the width and make it fill. Well, relative also works, but fill is very much fine because we wanted a desktop responsive. Perfect. Alright, so this is how it is looking so far. Now we need to design some content over here in the hero section. Now comes the main part. So first of all, we need some text, basically the hero text. So let's see how can we do that. So for that, I'm going to take a text, drop it over here and write live through the lens, add a dot as well, select it. Now we need to change some styling and starting with the outfit, and in the regular it is going to be, let's say, light, and the size is going to be 42. Yep, the color is going to be white, so not this opacity, 100%. Perfect. And I'm going to align it at the middle like this. Now I need another piece of text, so just Ctrl D, place it over here and right here pack, move and click with the dot. Now select it, go in the styles again. The size for this one is going to be 52 and the font family is going to be Playfair Display, this one, and here the weight is going to be italic, so it will give this stylish look. Perfect. Alright, this is done. Now we need a small description over here as well. For that we are going to go to a website, but before that let me introduce my course, which is this one, Become Web Design Pro with Figma in 2025. Well, if you are aiming to become a web designer, what you can do is you can enroll in this course. Here I'm not only teaching the UI UX principles, structuring website, but also responsive web design, animations, and after that what we are doing is we are combining all your projects that you are going to create in this course, and then we will create a portfolio for you. It is going to be one of the best investment of your designing journey. I hope to see you here. Now let's just go back. So we needed a description over here. So open a new tab, write loremipsum.io and select this first line. Now go back to Framer, take a text, drop it over here and drop the text. Select it, go in the styles. The font size is going to be 16 is fine. Make it, maybe we need to switch this to outfit. Yep. And now make it light, perfectly right. And here this is 60, which is fine for the description. Alright, now we can align it in the middle, place it towards the top. Perfect. So the headline and the description is ready. We need two more things. The first one is the crown text over here and a button over here. So let's design the crown text over here first. So zoom in, take a text, drop it over here and write #1 photography website. Now select it, go in the styles again, change the font family to outfit. This is very repetitive. I don't know why it is not remembering this. And we are going to make it, let's say, thin, quite less. And this is going to be 100% of the opacity. And now this text is going to be contained in a stack. Perfect. The width again is going to be fit content. Now it has gone at the extreme left. We need to put it at the center using this alignment. Perfect. Now since we are inside this layout, we can go to the styles. In the border, we can provide a border. Make this white color with the opacity of 30%. Alright. Now we can go to padding to make it more stylish. And here for the top padding, it is going to be 6. 12, 6 and 12 once again. Alright, now the edges are very sharp. We need to make them rounded. Make it 4 in the radius. Alright, so crown is perfectly ready and it is looking quite fine. We can select all of them, put it over here, this one over here as well. Now we need a button over here. So take a text, drop it, write get started, and once again we have the enter. We need to make it outfit. We have done it a lot of times today. Make it, let's say, black because we are designing a button. Perfect. The font size is going to be increased, or 16 is quite fine. Just increase this weight to medium. Now it is not visible. Well, obviously, right click, add a stack. The width is going to be fit content in the middle. Well, it is in the middle, believe me. Here you can see that. Now in the fill, I'm going to add a color, which is going to be white. And in the radius, I'm going to write 6. And in the padding, I'm going to provide 8. And here I'm going to write 18, then 8 again, and then 18 once again. In this way, a button will be created something like this. Perfect. Alright, so the button is ready and most of the part is ready. Now what we need to do over here is we need to use some of the techniques to make it responsive, or basically desktop responsive. So for that, first of all, I'm going to select this text and this one. Now I will go over here in the width and I will make it fill. Well, I cannot do that. It is because they are not contained inside any stack. They are present standalone inside this hero, which is not a stack. We cannot do that over here. So it means we need to right click and add them to the stack. Now if I select this text, go to this fit, let me select both of them. Now if we go to this fit, we have fill like this. And now they have moved towards this left. We can go over here in the alignment, the text alignment, and make them center. Perfect. So now they are quite responsive. If I go over here, we can reduce down some of the gap, this gap. So I have selected this stack, and here in the gap, I'm going to write 8. Perfect. And the stack will be renamed as headlines. Perfect. And after that, I'm going to select this description, this complete stack, this one. From here, you can select that, and this crown. Perfect. Now I'm going to put these 3 into a stack once again, and the gap between them is going to be 16. Perfect. Now we need to make them responsive, and let me tell you, this crown is already responsive because we have contained it inside a stack already, but this text is not. So we need to select it and make it fill. In this way, it will occupy all the space going towards the left. Now we need to make this text alignment at the center. Perfect. And at last, this one is going to be named as text content. Now close this. Now we can select this button. Let me rename this as well, a button. Perfect. So now we can select this button and this text content. Now combine them in a stack once again, because we needed a different spacing over here. So for this one, the spacing is going to be, let's take 24. Yeah, 24 is fine. Perfect. Alright, so everything is done and this is looking quite right. We can make this relative to fill, but right now we cannot do that. It is because this hero is not a stack. It is just a frame. We can make it stack, but right now I don't want to. I just want to keep it like this. Perfect. Now if you see this gap from this tag of the top is 195. I need 150. So just write that, and yeah, it is placed. Perfect. So the hero text is also ready. We can make it a bit more interesting by putting a circle, basically a glare in the middle over here. So let's see how can we do that. For that, I'm going to take a frame, draw it something like this. Now here I'm going to lock it first. Well, not like that, but first we need to change the value from here. So here I'm going to write 356. Here as well 356. Perfectly right. Now you will know why I created this frame. We will go to this radius and write a large value around 500. In this way it will be converted into a circle. Now the color is going to be white for this one because that is our theme. Now I will add another style. Here in the filters I will go to blur. Now in the blur amount I'm going to write 100. In this way it will be created something like this. Perfectly right. Now we can go to this fill and make it, let's say 20% or make it 10%. Yeah, very little over here. Cross it. Now we can align it in the middle first, like there, and then with the button right in the center of the button. A bit more. Yep, perfectly right. So now it is aligned. You can copy these values 216 from the top and it will be aligned. Perfect. So now everything that is static is created. But now comes the main part of this video. That is creating that flip effect in the picture. But first I'm going to select the circle and rename it circle. Right click and lock it because it is going to interfere with our process. And the same thing I'm going to do with the stack. So just lock them. Perfect. So everything is locked. And now we are ready to design that flipping card effect. Well, for that we need to create two frames. Over here, the first one, then create another one like that. Now select this first one and the second one. In the width, I'm going to write 176 and in the height, I'm going to take 200. Now I will go over here in the radius and I will give 6. Perfect. So now this first one is going to be the front and this one is going to be the back. Let me zoom in over here. Perfect. So this one is the front and this one is the back. Let me select it, rename it as front and this one as back. Perfect. Now after that, what I'm going to do over here is I'm going to select both of these. Perfect. Currently they are a frame. We need to make them a stack using this option. So now they are a stack. And after that, we are going to put them inside a frame. So just right click and add frame. Now a frame has been added over here. Now we can name it image flip. Perfect. After that, we will go over here in the width of this frame and we are going to reduce it down to 176. Perfect. And this one, the height is going to be 200. Not a problem. Now in the radius, I'm going to make this 6 again. Perfectly right. And after that, our back is there and front is there. We just need to select this back, align it at the middle, select this front, align it at the middle. So a basic of our flipping card is ready. But now comes the styling part. How are we going to style that? And where are the images? Well, let me paste the image over here. Then I will explain more. So I have copied the image. I'm going to select this front stack and I'm going to paste it over there. Well, the image has been pasted, but you cannot see that. It is because right now this back one is above this front. If we select this back one and provide that as well, it will look something like this. Now it has been already provided a blur. Alright, so right click, go to move and bring it forward. Now it is present over here. Now at the front, I don't want it to be blurred. I need to select this image, and if it has any blur over here, we need to make it 0, like this. So now the front will look like this and the back will have, let me show you again. So this back will have this blur effect along with the text. So let me take a text and drop it over here. Perfect. Now it has been put inside this image. We don't want that, but we are going to fix it in a minute. But first, let's just write design.ly. This can be the name of the photographer. Select it and let's give it a size of, let's say 14 or maybe 16. 16 is fine. Make it outfit again. The regular is going to be medium like this and make it white 100%. Perfect. Now I'm going to take this text and align it along on the same line with the image. In this way, the text has been shifted at the top. It is because this back is a stack. You can see that this is a stack and the direction is set vertical. We need to select this text which is present over here, go over here in the position and make its type absolute. Alright, now if I align it at the middle, then at the center, it will be presented over here like this. Perfectly right. Alright, so this flip image effect has been created, but not yet. We need to convert it into a component and it is going to be very easy. Don't be afraid. So right click, then go to create component from here. Now it will ask us to name our new component and image flip is right. Create that. Perfect. So in the variant 1, we have this back with the image and the text, and in the front, we just have the image which is clear, not with the blur. Perfect. Now we can select this variant 1, create another variant using this option. Perfect. So 2 variants are created. Now we need to make few changes, and those changes are going to be quite important. So you need to pay attention over here. So first of all, I'm going to go to back of the variant 1. Remember that? Back of the variant 1. And then I will go over here in the transforms. I will enable that and I will select rotate. Then I will make it 3D. And in the Y direction, I'm going to write 180. Perfect. Now I'm going to add one more styling and it is going to be back face, and this will be hidden like this. Now only the front layer is visible. Now I'm going to select this front one, go over here in the transforms, enable that, rotate. This is also going to be 3D, but this time it is going to be 0, which is 0 degree. And I'm going to add another one, which is going to be back face, and this is also going to be hidden like this. After that, what I'm going to do over here is I'm going to select this front one of this variant 2. Then I will go over here in the transforms and you will see it is 3D 0%, but we need to make it 180 so that it is visible. Now you can see it is not clearly visible. It is because this back is already given 180. We will fix that. So just go to this back, go over here in the transforms and make this a 0. Now in this variant 1, the front face is available, and in the variant 2, this back face is available. You can see that? Perfectly right. So that step was very important. Now it's just a easy way. You can select this one and take out the noodle from here, point it to this one and make this when mouse enter, make that perfect. And now select this variant 2, make it from here, go over here and when the mouse leaves. Perfect. Alright, so now if I select this one and I will go to this transition, the spring. Now the time is 4. We need to make it 0.8 like this. I just want it to happen in a longer time. Cross it. And now if we select this variant 2 and go to transition again, you will find the time has been changed to 8 as well. It is because if we are going to make any change in this variant 1, which is also the primary, the variant 2 will auto apply all the changes. Alright, so I guess everything is ready. We can select this variant 1, play it from here and let's see if it is working. Alright, so this is working very right and this is looking quite great. Perfect. Alright, let's go back. Now we will go to home. We have this card and let me play this again. Go over here. Now if I hover my cursor, it will flip. Alright, it means this has been created very right. Now we just need to place them or basically stack them. Now go back over here. So first of all, what I'm going to do over here is I'm going to select it, then Ctrl D to make another copy like this. Then I'm going to place it over here. Select both. Now I want one more frame over here. I will tell you why. It will make the alignment very easy for you. So take a frame, draw it something like this. Now I'm going to select all these three, the frame, the flip 1 and the flip 2. Now right click and add them to a stack. Perfect. Make this fit content, the width. Now select this frame which is present inside it. And for this one, the width is going to be fill so that it occupies all the space in the stack. Perfect. Let me place it over here. Alright. So now for the first one, what I'm going to do over here is I'm going to select this height and I'm going to make it 0. Perfect. Well, we cannot have 0, so it has already taken 1. It means it is present but not very much visible. After that, what I'm going to do over here is I'm going to select this stack, which is this first one. So let's name it first and make a copy of it like this. Now inside this one, which is second, so rename that. I'm going to select my frame and in the height, I'm going to rename it to 60. Perfect. And now I'm going to select the second one once again, make another copy, place it over here. And now here in the frame height, it is going to be 120. And you will know why I'm doing in a minute. Well, what I can do is, now you got the point, I can select this one once again, place it over here, perfectly right. And here we can select this frame once again. Firstly, make it third. This frame, the height is going to be 150. Alright, now the height is going to decrease. Select this one, which is 120, and place it towards the right. Alright, now select this one, Ctrl D, towards the right once again. And I guess we need some space over there, but let me just put them. Alright, so now the height increased from here until this 150, we keep increasing it. Now we have decreased it down to 0 once again. Now I'm going to select all my stacks. So let me just select them like this. You can rename it by yourself. Now I'm going to select all of them and put them in a stack once again like this. Now, what is the benefit of it? Let me tell you. What I can do is, I can go over here in the distribute and make it start. Now, one more thing that we need to do over here is, the align needs to be changed to the start as well. In this way, they will be aligned towards the top. Perfect. Now we can align it at the middle like this. And if we go in the color, alright, in the selection colors, and if we make it 0000, well, I have typed O, I should write just the black. Perfect, like this. And then we can do something over here. We can move it at the bottom like this. Now, if we select it, right click, move, send backwards, and now the effect has been created. How amazing it is! So all the images have been placed very right and they are looking quite well. Well, let me quickly change all the images and let me show you how can you do that. That is very important. You can select any of this component. Then you will find this option which is image flip, edit component. Now we will go to this component section and here we can select this image, this one, the back one. We will go over here in the fill, click in the fill, create variable, go to image, and the description is nothing, just that. So image is going to be, let's rename it to back image. Perfect. So this is the back image. All right. So one is created. Now what we can do is we can go to this front one, go to this fill, create variable, image, and here we can rename it to front image like this. Perfect. Now what is the benefit? Let me show you. We can go to this home. If we have selected one of the component, we will find this one. It means if we select this, the image, we can change the image. It is saying choose image. You can change all the image for all these tiles. As you can see, for these images, you can change their content using this variable, which we have just created. Alright, so this is how you are going to change it. Let me change it and come back quickly. Alright, so I have placed all the images over here and it is looking quite fine. You're going to find all these images in the description. You're going to find there. Now our hero section is perfectly ready. Let's see if it also works right. So let's play this. Alright, so this is present over here. As you can see, the navbar is staying at the top. Let's take the height of 800. Perfect. Alright, so this is how it is looking. Perfect. Now if I take my cursor, hover over this picture, it will move, or basically it will flip like this. You can see that all are reacting perfectly fine. So this is how we have created this amazing or lucrative website using Framer. You can also do it, and if you have done it along with me, consider sending it to our Telegram group. If you do that, designers will help you learn about the flaws and where you can improve. You can also review their designs. And in case if you don't use Telegram, you can also come to our Discord community. The designers are also there, very helpful. Now at the last, I will ask you to join my course, which is present over here. Already many people have joined it. 86 students, and it is increasing. If you're going to join this, it is going to be your best investment so far. With this, I think now it's time to say goodbye. We will meet in the next one.